Not going to be the last time we see Alberto on these
No.
Grand Slam and trial events.
No.
He's going to be around for a while, Alberto.
Here's
He's
Mark.
a really skilled rider.
Yeah, Mark, all smiles coming in. And next heat, Maury Laverne, Andrew Lester, and Jacob Romero. Wow, that's a stellar heat.
Oh.
Stellar.
Okay, you know what? Just before this heat gets underway, we're just going to throw out a quick advert. Check this one out.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lester, and this is the Turbo 4. It's the most recognised board in the industry. With its red iconic nose piece, its old school style meets new school technologies, and is suitable for all ages and abilities. We've updated the Turbo 4's template for the new generation by lowering the wide point for more speed and less drag through the elbows. The board features PSI, Precision Stringer Inlay. This means the stringers are moulded in with the core, giving the board added strength and longevity. The board features Swirl and Slick for better flex and projection, nose bulbs for grip, 50-50 rails for speed, and channels for control. The Turbo 4 is available in two core options: Polypro, which comes with a single circular stringer and is better for warm water, and Paradox Cell, which is a less dense Polypro core. It comes with 3 flat stringers and is better for cooler water. The Turbo 4 works great in anything from beaches to heavy reef breaks, whether a beginner or a seasoned pro. It's a proven design that's been around as long as bodyboarding.
Welcome back, everybody, to the IBA Turbo Zicatela Pro, sponsored by Sporting Bet. And, well, you know what? We're sitting in the booth here. I'm Alex Leon, and I'm joined with one of the all-time great heroes, Mitchell Rawlings. How are you, Mitch?
Good, thanks, mate. First time in the box this contest?
Yep, yeah, I've opened the door for you, let you in, gave you the code.
Let me in.
And,
Nice
yeah, well, here he is, Mitch Rawlings. Like I said, all the viewers around the world, send questions in if you want to ask Mitch anything. And we'll hit you with a few questions, mate.
Yeah, go for it. I'm pretty keen. I'm pretty keen to get out there and surf. These conditions are looking better than they have been for the first couple of rounds of the event. So.
Well, I was just talking to Hub before, saying the size that's come in just in this last 20 minutes has doubled since, or almost tripled on those sets since the first heat, Yuri and GT.
Yeah, well, it's pretty strong offshore and hasn't done that in a couple of days. So hopefully we can get through all this whole round with offshore conditions and maybe sneak in a couple of those non-elimination rounds.
And you know what? We'll hold your thought there, Mitch. We're just going to jump down and see our heat winner, Mark McCarthy, what he's got to say.
Right on, Alex. I'm here with the winner of the last heat, Mark McCarthy from South Africa. Mark, congratulations on winning that last heat. Tell us about that awesome barrel there.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be in the right spot at the right time. And Porto is just amazing A-frames, and this morning's just doing its thing, and I was just in the right time, right place, and just took off. I was able to ride that shockwave till the very end, and I had a little bit of a section off at the end. I was stoked there.
Yeah, that was an excellent invert. Tell us about it. Was it pretty exciting up there?
It was just pretty good to get a bit of air for a change. I haven't had any big sections in a while, so just wasn't massive, I guess. Hope it's a start for things to come.
Right on. Well, on to more important things. What are you cooking for dinner, and am I invited?
Burrito is spicy, and if you like the after effect, pull in.
Epic, man. Well, do you want to make any shout-outs before we go?
Yeah, just a big shout-out to family, friends. Just thanks for all the love and support. You guys are awesome, and just keep rolling this ball.
Right on, man. We'll see you in round 4. Congratulations again, round 3, bro. All right, back to you guys.
We have it. Mark McCarthy taking that one out. Surfed incredible. Very high scoring combination there. Got a nice barrel on the left-hander and a nice barrel on the right. Come out with a nice invert. And that's what the judges are after. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, well, I didn't actually get to see Mark's heat. I was having some breakfast.
We were just talking about breakfast before. What did you have for breakfast?
I had a nice little some scrambled eggs on some fresh toast.
Oh.
Wholemeal, of course.
Wholemeal.
Yeah. But
There
yeah, this heat, no one looks to have caught a wave yet, but it's a really tough matchup. Well, it looks like Marie's having a look at this great looking left. Look at this feather tail off the top. Looking for that section, nice forward. And this looks
Yeah.
like he's going to try and hit this last. Oh, that was a nice.
Well,
smooth
there we
combo.
go. Maury Laverne, first strike. Nice force.
Andy.
We see Andrew Lester just tucking in under here, pulling in. He's going to come out of this thing. And he's come out of that, Andrew Lester. Wow, it was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
25.
25, I'd be happy with that.
That was a great little exchange there from Amarie. Like, as we've got the replay here, the sporting bet replay.
We see. He's going for that. Looked like he was going to get a ramp, but it sort of had held back a little bit for him to hit it. So he's just done a nice forward, link this up, and then boom, nice combination there. Good air reverse.
Yeah, it was nice. Like that first forward off the lip. I'll have a look at Leicester's wave when I go back to Amarie's wave. Andy tucks into a nice little barrel. It's vintage little beach break barrels today out there.
Yeah. And comes out of that nicely and then just pulls through.
And with a nice green contest rashi matching his
contest slick.
Contest slick, yes.
Yep, there we see.
He is
a
age
nice
31, but it probably
need
needs
to
to be
update
up.
that. He's 32 now. He turned 32 yesterday, so happy birthday, Andrew Lester. And Jacob Romero had his birthday the day before.
Oh.
And also Chase O'Leary turned 21 yesterday.
Chaso, he's only 21.
Chaso is only 21, and I'm sure all the Port boys probably had a few beers for him as well, and they're probably tuning in.
Yeah.
B-Wall and Lighthouse. Chase O'Leary, he's alive. He had a few beers last night, but he's alive. He's still wearing his Weekend at Bernie's shirt. He's got his Hawaiian shirt he's wearing around the contest. I'm sure we'll see Chase later on screen. Unlucky he is out of the contest.
Yeah, it's surprising. He's been surfing really well, and Chase is one of those guys that I think could potentially do really well on the tour once he finds his fins.
Finds his fins.
You could say feet, but I'll say fins because we're out in the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's all yours.
Going back to Amarie's wave, it looked like the standard kind of forward off the lip, isn't considered like a high-scoring contest move, and it looked like he was looking for that backflip or ARS that he's so good at on those lefts, and the section didn't quite, peak up enough, and so he opted for that forward, but it set him up really nice for that little end section air reverse, and he got rewarded pretty well with a 7-1-3. So
7-1-3 there, Maury Laverne, our Union Island former world champ, with Andrew Lester getting a 6.08 for that barrel.
Yes, they were kind of. I think that was pretty justified, both of those scores. Andy's pit was pretty nice, but he didn't really finish too strongly. Whereas Amarie got the two moves in. Both the waves were kind of similar, like kind of the wow factor, but they were. I'm sure they'll be looking to replace both of those scores if these waves continue like they did in Mark's heat.
That's right. Andrew Lester's, basically Lester's, the only way he could have improved on that is probably punch the roll through as he come out, but sort of as it closed out along the bank, it wasn't much option to do anything more really.
Yeah, he had to squeeze out the double D, which is the doggy door.
The doggy door, that's where he squeezed out of. So give us a rundown on the Rabbits this year, Mitch, your favourite football team. How did they go?
The Rabbits, they tried valiantly and they got into the semi-finals. They had a lot of, a lot of chances. And
for those of you who don't know, Mitch is a huge football fan, NRL fan in Australia. Yeah, he's very passionate about the Bunnies.
Yeah, they got to the semi-finals, which is a really good result. They haven't been there in probably the last 20 years, so it looks like could be a good couple of years coming up for the Rabbitohs, but that's neither here nor there now, and we're here at the Zicatela Pro, and Rabbitohs are going to be doing good regardless. And we've got Jacob Romero taking advantage of his priority, opting to go right. We all know what you can do on the right. Nice little solid air. Let's see if he can push through that wash.
Wow, that landing was a bit, I don't know, I think he's come unstuck on that landing. Yeah, he's landed right in the V and sort of got jacked from the lip there.
Yeah, we'll wait for this replay. We'll be able to see nice and clear what happened here, but it looked like he did hit the section a little bit late and it didn't throw him out from the V enough, so.
Yeah, that's it. He got a lot of height, but you've also got to get projection. You've got to get projected towards the shore too, which
Yeah.
helps your landing. You see he's landed right in the V there. So he had the height, but he didn't get the projection.
Yeah, I think that offshore wind kind of held him up a little bit too. Like that becomes a problem also when those stiffer kind of offshore winds happen here. Like you got to get really clear of the lip and out into the flats if you want to make the moves on days like this with while the winds like this as well. But at least he's on the board and he's probably feeling now all those little pre-first wave jitters are gone, and he'll be looking to fight his way back into this heat.
That's right. We see that lumpy horizon starting to sort of really show its face here at Zicatela this morning. Quick shout out to all the sponsors, Inverted, Reflex, Red Bull, Coastal Playground, sportingbet.com.au. You can place your bets there. The odds will change every night. Get on there, sign up, become a member. They're putting revenue into the IBA, helping the IBA out. So get in there. Spain and Brazil also you can get at Sporting Bet. You can bet on your competitors there. We see Tanner McDaniel. What Jeff and myself were talking about earlier, the young Hawaiian. He's only 13 years old. And as you can see there, he's just sort of getting a good focus on the event, looking at all the competitors and the professionals, because that's where he wants to head.
Yeah, for sure. Like I thought once Tanner got knocked out of the trials that he'd probably head home, but he's stuck around and he's been surfing a couple of times a day, and whenever the event's on, he's first down here in the morning watching all the riders and seeing how they prepare, and it's going to hold him in good stead in the years to come, hopefully, and hopefully we can see a plethora of young Groms come up and follow what he's doing.
Well, look at the plethora here on Jacob Romero, just tucking in under the
If
barrel
he makes
here.
that,
If he
that's
comes
gonna
out of
be
this,
big.
Jacob Romero, nice pit there, and just finished off with a sort of a small roll there, nothing great, but that barrel was incredible. Jacob Romero on the board.
All the damage was done. Look at Andy. Oh, this is phenomenal.
If he comes out, oh my goodness, if he comes out of this, no, that thing's just gone way past the bank there.
Oh, wow.
We saw Andy stuck in the nice scoop. Comes out that first section, but then just ran away from him.
Yeah, those two waves were like a carbon copy of each other. Andy's was a little bit bigger, a little bit faster, but Jacob Romero's one, that was incredible little barrel. The roll won't do too much to lift his score, but the damage was already done with that barrel, wasn't it, Alex? Here's a replay.
There we go. Jacob Romero just tucking in. Ooh, he's deep there, isn't he? Look at that section come down on him. Enough to push him through. The roll wasn't the best, but it was an exit move.
Bit of hide and go seek behind that foam ball, wasn't it?
Sorry?
Bit of hide and go seek behind that foam
It was
ball.
a bit of hide and go seek behind that foam ball. And we'll try and get a replay of Leicester's if we do, but if not, we saw the difference there. Jacob did choose the better wave there. He had priority, and it's worked. And we'll just wait for scores to drop as we got 16 and a half minutes remaining.
Well, I think Andy's wave was probably a little bit better, and he did read it well at the start, but it looked like if he just beelined it from the very beginning, he might have had a better shot.
Looked like he did sort of pull out the brakes a little bit. We might try and get a replay. Yeah, here we go. This is going to show us what happened here with Andrew.
So he stalled kind of right there where he could have really got going, and he probably could have made that a little bit just there, a little bit easier for himself. I'm surprised Andy didn't roll out of that. He's usually so good.
So what I was going to say, he loves to punch those late rolls and bust through the lip.
Yeah.
So, okay, Jacob's 6.65 for his barrel. Andrew got a 5.25 for his and a 6.08 for his first wave. But you know what? Amori's down in third with only one scoring wave, but it is the highest scoring wave this heat so far, a 7.13.
Those are interesting scores there when you take into consideration. Here's Andy's wave again. We'll have a quick look at that. So I guess they've said that he's made the majority of the wave. That's why they rewarded him the 5.25. But if you look at what Andy Lester's first wave was, where he scored a 6.08, and then Jacob got a 6.65 for his one. I thought Jacob's wave was a little bit better than Andy's first wave.
Yeah, I certainly disagree with the judges too. I believe, in my eyes, I personally think Jacob's barrel was probably should have got rewarded a bit better.
Yeah, it seemed that way, but the scores are locked in now, and these guys are going to have to battle it out against themselves and the judges. It looks like.
That's right, yeah. Well, judges have last say, don't they? There we see our current tour leader, Dave Winchester.
And he's
Along
got
with Jared Houston and old Riggers down there, Tom Rigby.
He's got his nice, both the boys got their nice Grand Flavour gear on, and it looks like Dave and Jerry are both getting barreled.
There we go. Jake O'Meara punching a roll through the top there. Good landing there, Jake O'Meara, and we see Amori getting busy out the back here. My God, what is this thing going to do? Talk us through this one.
That is vintage Porto Escondido right there, tucking under the nice little barrel. A little bit fluffy, but still perfect all the same. Finishes off with...
Wow, Amori Laverne, a nice barrel to a very nice invert. You know what? Here we go again, Andrew Lester. No, just opting out for that one. Amori Laverne, you know what? He's going to jump straight into first now. He's got a 7.13. We'll try and get a replay of Amori's away there, and that was incredible. It was a nice barrel. It looked like it pinched on him, but it fluffed open again for him, and he just shot through, shot out the exit, and you know what? Hit the exit ramp with an invert.
Yeah, he's played a really kind of solid heat. He's opened up with a 7.13, and we'll take... It looks like we've got Jacob up here first, and he just straight up and down for him, a nice little roll. They'll get him on the board. I think that would be a kind of a low to mid-range score, and don't know if it'll be enough to overtake Andy. But yeah, Marie's has played a really solid heat. He's weighted. You got the 7.13, and now I think he's probably even topped that.
Here we go. This is what we want to see. The Amori replay here.
So it was
perfect Porto there. Nice leg stall. We see leg control. Hooking in. He's got a really good line there, sort of middle of the wave there. Nice little spit as he pulls in, and then it just fluffs a bit on him there and opens up. Enough to come out, and booyah. Very nice tweak at the invert there. So, Maury Laverne, let's see what he gets here. And you know what? He's been rewarded, an 8.75. Now we see the professionalism coming out in these riders. 7.13 and an 8.75 for Maury.
They've got a great
another
angle from
here.
down the beach. This is going to really...
This is going to look deep. I love that leg control bottom turn there he had on him.
Yeah.
Nice scoop.
Such a perfect
Still in
wave.
there, still in there. Comes out and just sneaks under that little capping and managed to bust the invert out.
Yeah, I really like that angle a lot better from behind the wave. It made it look just absolutely perfect, and they're the waves you can only hope for in your heat, those type of ones.
That's right, yeah.
But yeah, Marie's played a pretty patient heat. There's only 12 minutes remaining. He's only had 2 waves. Even though the other guys have had a couple, it seemed like they got him a lot quicker than he did in succession anyway. It's going to be... he's looking pretty good to make this heat already. So, but you never know with Lester and Jacob. They've got all the moves. They can do everything. So this heat is
plenty of time.
Far from over. But in saying that, Amarie has posted 2 higher scores than any of the other guys. So he's looking pretty good, and the vision we're getting off these camera guys is incredible. I hope all the
double angles. Yeah.
Hope all the viewers online are seeing what we're seeing today.
That's right. Yeah, and we did have technical problems, and I'm just really happy that the staff worked together to pull it together. And here we go. Maury Laverne punches a roll off that closeout. Oh, and he's made it. Maury Laverne just adding fuel to the fire there.
Manhandling that rollo. It's pretty hard to actually do that. We seen Jake the other day do a huge roll out of a closeout, and he only needed a small score also, and he just didn't get it, But we'll have a look at this replay, and that angle again. I love that angle from behind.
Incredible beach break, isn't it?
It just shows how heavy it is, and it's
just the force you got to have behind your body weight to punch through that lip, and to land it too in the flats is.
Yeah, you see in that whitewash when he's pulling out how much sand gets stirred up and tossed around in all that whitewash, and it's just so turbulent here, and it's really hard to get out. And
I'll
really
stop you there, turbulently.
Or whatever the word is.
I haven't heard that one yet, so I'll run with that. That's going to go in the black book, turbulently.
Yeah. Well, I guess if we're on a plane, we'll call it turbulence then.
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of turbulence in the white water there, as you can see. But I like to put a little twist on my words sometimes.
You do like the
Just
twist,
like,
yeah.
Just like the Australians do.
Yeah, you you do. You tend to twist and sort of have your own vocabulary, which I like about you, Mitch.
Yeah.
And let's talk about your year. All right, you've come off a really good victory at box. You haven't won an event in 7 or 8 years. It was a long time between drinks.
It was a long time between drinks. Yeah.
You were in a drought.
I was in a drought, but I kind of, felt like I kind of started back this time last year in Mexico, and I got third, and then the next contest I went in was Fronton. And
That's right.
I got into the finals there. Then Pipe, I didn't do too well there, and then I really wanted to bounce back in box, and I got a good result there. And I guess Chile a fifth, and then Brazil a third, and now here. So just trying to build up a bit more momentum and do better in these events.
That's right. So after here, we do go to Puerto Rico for the 7th stop, and then over to Canary Islands for the Fronton event, the last stop on the tour. And you know what? The world title's wide open now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Winchester's got a pretty...
He's got a good lead, but he can be caught.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think a lot of the guys have done the maths. I know I have. I know that, like, to catch Winnie, I have to get a third, and then place in the final as well. So it is possible. It's and then I guess I'm pretty sure it's going to come down to... I'm confident that it will come down to the last event of the year.
Which is good, which what we want to see.
Yeah.
Everyone battling for that world title like last year we saw in Canary Islands.
Yeah, and
Fronton.
Fronton is just the best way for bodyboarding ever, I think. It's a bodyboarding island. Everyone loves bodyboarding over there.
Yeah, it's a huge bodyboarding community in Canary Islands.
And the waves just...
And the waves are incredible.
Yeah, the waves just completely spectacular, Like, can be... 3 to 4 foot, and guys can do some incredible airs and get some really good barrels, and then it can hold up to as big as it gets, like we seen last year. Although the conditions weren't perfect,
but it was solid.
It was
10
solid.
Foot.
If we get conditions like that with nice, clean offshore winds, the imagery and the online streaming of the event is just going to be incredible. Like it's basically like surfing. Like Cyclops, it's that kind of heavy.
Yeah, it's amazing that we can actually take an event there. And we thank all the, we go to these places around the world, and it's one thing having an event there, but it's also another thing to open their arms up to invite us there. And we've got to pay respect to all the locals, especially in the Canary Islands, for letting us come and compete and run a wave, an event at their wave, their local wave.
Yeah, for sure. And those local guys, they're as good as anyone at their home break.
Oh, yeah, they're incredible.
Other turbo team rider, Elliot Morales, like he does some of the biggest airs.
And Ure Martinez.
Ure Martinez, Nelson Mora.
That's right. I'm sure all the boys are probably tuning in and watching. I know all the Canary guys were here last night at the hotel making a bit of a ruckus. Diego.
They're definitely a loose bunch of guys, that's for sure.
Good bunch of guys.
But yeah, everyone loves going to Canaries. It's just an incredible location and a good, really, really positive way to finish off the year. And I really hope the title does come down to that last event. I know a lot of the guys aren't going to be giving Dave an inch. So hopefully it comes down to that. But he's had a really consistent year, and he surfed really well. And I don't think he's going to. He's going to be stopping in this event either, and I think he's in the next heat too.
He is too. You know what? Hold that thought. We're just going to go a quick ad while the ocean waits its turn. Have a look at this.
Yes, punters, welcome to the world of Sporting Bet.
At Sporting Bet, we live and breathe sports and racing. It's what we do day in and day out. That's why we're the punters' favourite, providing top odds and unique promotions on a huge range of markets. And our cutting-edge technology means you can bet anywhere, anytime. So if you're into sports and racing as much as we are, go to sportingbet.com.au today, because there's no better bet than a sporting bet.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the IBA Turbo Zicatela Pro, sponsored by Sporting Bet. We're down here in beautiful Puerto Escondido, Mexico, if you just tuned in from around the world, where we are up to heat number 3. We have 5 minutes remaining on the clock. Amaury Laverne is in the lead with a 16.4 total. Jacob Romero, the Hawaiian, in second, 12.05. And Lester, the Australian, 11.33. Now, Jacob's chasing a 9.75 to go to first. Lester's chasing a 5.98 to go to second. He's got the 6.08 and the 5.25. Now, Jacob's just scored a little bit more for his waves, a 6.65 and a 5.4. But you know what? Lester can get, he needs a 5.98, push himself into second there. 4.5 minutes remaining. Let's see what he can do.
It seems like it's going to be a battle for second place here right now, but Andy's got taken off from perfect looking wave down the beach. That's the angle we like to see. That is just gorgeous, gorgeous looking wave. Nice roll, and I think that's going to be the best wave of the heat.
That was incredible. Andrew Lester scooping in under the lip. Perfect. That's what we like to see. This is why we call it the Mexican pipeline.
Jacob's answering back.
Let's see what
right
Jacob's
here.
got here. He's got looking for a section. He's going to hit this thing. It's going to be a big ramp. Wow, big backflip. Can he pull this thing? It's going to be close.
Looks like he's trying to push
fighting,
through.
and you know what? I'm going to say that's incomplete.
It was incomplete for sure. He
knows it. Yep, he knows it's incomplete. Wow, Andrew Lester just steps right back.
That Shaolin monk beard showed it all then, didn't it?
Yeah, sure did. He went for it. He knew he had to go for it because he knew Leicester's wave. With Leicester's priority, he knew Leicester's would have scored high. He heard the crowd cheer. Jacob going for that big backflip. Let's have a look at this Andrew Lester wave. Incredible. Oh, I just want to be in that barrel. Look at that thing. Sets up perfect. Nice tube there. Just really opened its hole up for him. Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice roll out. And that's the combination that these judges want to see. They want to see a good, clean barrel, and he exited really clean.
833. You see, I don't know. I thought that wave should have definitely been better. The barrel was definitely better than Amaury's 875. He didn't get the invert off the end, which could have pushed the points up at that barrel.
833. Let's have a look at Jacob's one here. I mean, I'm trying to justify his score if what he would have got if he landed this backflip. Wow, look at that flipping.
I think considering
almost made that too.
He did.
Jacob.
He was really close. Considering Amaury got the 765 for that roll, I'd have to say that would have pushed into the 8s.
Yeah,
with that backflip.
Yeah, I think the judge was a little bit harsh on Lester there. 8.33. That was probably the cleanest barrel we've seen in the event so far.
Oh,
and
it was incredible.
They always go on about clean exits, you know, and that was a really clean exit with a combination with a roll out. I was saying he would have got high 8s for that, but he's got low 8s. It's put him in a second.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be too disappointed. But if it was the other way around, he was sitting in third and had to get in second, and he needed a bigger score than that. I think it might have been disappointing, but perfect wave nevertheless. Andy would be happy with it, and he's sitting in second with just under 2 minutes to go.
That's right. Lester is, I mean, in my eyes, he's one of the best pocket surfers on the tour. He's credible surfing, really tight in the pocket. He's fast. You see him do those forward spins which another topic I want to. He doesn't really get rewarded for that pocket surfing. You know, like
no,
surfs
not
really
yet.
quick in the pocket. Let's hope we see what I'm talking about later on in the event.
Yeah, I mean they're really after those barrels and big boosts, and it looks like Amaury's taken off on a decent size
look at the
left
size of this thing. This is a monster. What's he going to do here? He's going for a ramp. Oh my goodness. Rory Laverne trying to punch through that one, and
you can just see how much power that he tried to punch through another roll, and he couldn't even penetrate through that lip.
And then dealing with this one too, straight after it. Well, you know what? He's been thrown in the washing machine, put on spin cycle.
Oh, he has sandblasted.
And then just lifted
They've got the gurney onto him and just sandblasting him. But yeah, going back to
he's had enough. He knows he's done enough. He's coming in.
Out of how perfect Porto can look, it's an extremely heavy wave, and there's just it just throws you around every which way. The rips. We'll have a look at this. It's a good solid 6 to 8 foot wave here, and really strong bottom turn. Look how nice that angle is, and he looks like he's just going up here to punch a roll, and that's got to be at least 3 to 4 foot thick.
He didn't even get through. He didn't even penetrate. That's how thick it was.
He couldn't even get through through the lip. So
It looked like it was going to be a really nice barrel, but just stood up along the sandbar and just closed out on him. Maury Laverne, 2010 world champ, age 26. He's currently ranked 11th, which I don't know if that's updated. He is actually. He's currently ranked 11th. And
reverse roll.